Dear students, today we'll discuss about Jsc Chapter 9 Population and Development of Bangladesh. Population, it's a burning issue for our country, and most of the problems are related to population. We may go for a comparative study with USA versus Bangladesh. Say, USA per capita income is 58,030 US dollar. On the other, only 35 people are living in per square kilometer. Comparison to Bangladesh, here per capita income is only 1610 US dollar, and almost 1252 people are living in per capita per square kilometer. So it's very clear that the difference is very huge, a big one. We may compare with the Japanese research. According to Japanese research, all the problems in a country are related to population. They tried to show it in one example like this. Say there is one post and 1000 candidates. Here the candidate will be in social pressure. The individual is to take preparation, use investment. Last of all, when he will get the job, ultimately he will be or she will be extremely committed. So ultimately it will be very tough job from the individual's part to keep honesty when the individual will do his or her job. On the other, if the situation is like this, here only one candidate and one post, when the individual will get the job, the individual will not be in any pressure. The individual will be able to work freely. So according to Japanese people, they believe that all the problems are related to the number of population. We may recite one theory. This is given by Malthus. According to Malthus, if all the conditions are okay, then after 25 years, the population will be double. If you consider the present situation regarding corona, then you may get a soft answer. That is, say it might be overpopulation. Population is a factor regarding this. So according to Malthus, we may get a reflection through this pandemic situation. Now, we may go for another idea. Population may decrease, or population decreases in some countries like Norway, Germany, Sweden, Switzerland. And it's very surprising to us how the population is decreasing. Suppose if husband and wife, father and mother, if they have only one child, if they have two children, then ultimately there is a check and balance. But if there is one child only, then ultimately the population is decreasing, since we are getting one from two. There are some countries where the parents, they don't have any children. Suppose in England, some people, they are donating their properties to their pet animal like tortoise, like crocodile, since they don't have wife, girlfriend or husband or boyfriend like this. They are not getting dear one or trusted one to whom they may give their properties. Ultimately, they are donating their properties to their pet animals. So through this, definitely population is decreasing. Some countries, most of the countries, the population is increasing, including India, Bangladesh, and we are very used to get this sort of information. So population is increasing. Now, what are the causes to increase the population. First one, this is social cause. So it's a very important factor regarding the increasing of population, especially regarding the financial aspect. Suppose, especially in rural area, the people, those who are working in the field, I mean day laborer, say they are, say one person is earning 500 taka per day. In the situation, the father may think that I have one son who is earning 500 taka per day. If I would have 5 sons, then I would get 500 multiplied by 5, ultimately 2500 taka. So this simple or these uneducated people, they are thinking in this way: if I would have more sons, then I would get more money. Second point, this is religious cause. It's very important also. I want to hit it very, I want to go for to the point. Say, Muslim religion, say being Muslim, if I have only one daughter, you know, then my daughter would get only half portion of my property, you know. I repeat, half portion of my property. They make it, I'm making it simple. Say if I would have 2 houses, my daughter would get one house. So what about another house? It would be vested to my father's property. I mean my daughter's grandfather's property. So ultimately, my nephew, niece, I mean my daughter's paternal uncles or paternal cousins, they would get the property. Suppose if I would have 2 daughters, then ultimately they would get 2/3 property. I repeat, 2/3 property. Suppose if I would have 3 houses, ultimately my 2 daughters would get 2 houses, and rest of the one house would be vested to my father's estate or my daughter's grandfather's estate. So being Muslim, definitely I will expect son. Very logically, it's very clear. I will be in a position to think that after my death, my property will be divided among my sons or my daughters. So definitely, being Muslim, I will expect more son. It's very rational and logical. So according to Hindu religion, if I go once again in a very to the point, say the point is like that. According to Hindu religion, the people, they are thinking that the heaven is very uncertain if you don't have any son in your earthly life. Once again, your heaven is not certain if you don't have son. Question is, if you don't have son in your earthly life, what would happen? They advised you to, if you don't have any daughters, ultimately you should go for adopted son even. Datta putra. You have to go for adopted son. Say after, say if I am Hindus, say after the death, in my funeral activity, my son will fire the first time, যেটাকে বাংলাতে বলে হচ্ছে মুখাগ্নি করা. That means someone who is son, someone male is allowed to go for the funeral activity. Even in Muslim society, Muslim, the male only is allowed to go for the graveyard. Both of the scholars in these religions, they are thinking that these jobs are for the male person, brave people they need. Here women, they are very emotional, they don't go to the funeral activity, they don't go for the graveyard like this. So very logically once again and rationally, in these two religions, the people, they prefer son. Okay, next point, this is superstition. Superstition in Bengali, this is called kusanskar. In Bengali there is a saying, মুখ দিয়েছেন যিনি আহার দিবেন তিনি. That means when your soul, I mean atta, when your soul is made, at that time it was decided when you will study in class 6, in which year, or when you will appear in JSC, in which school you will study, or what will be your result, SSC, HSC, all blah blah blah. All the things were being determined at the beginning when your soul was made. So ultimately people, they have nothing to do. In Bengali তুমি দুইটা what's that, তুমি ভাব সংস্করণ পড়তে পারো, যেমন একটা হচ্ছে ভাগ্যের লিখন না যায় খণ্ডন, সে তুমি যতই পরিশ্রম করো তোমার কপালে ভাগ্যে যা আছে তাই হবে। ঠিক বিপরীতভাবে আরেকটা ভাব সংস্করণও আছে যে পরিশ্রম সৌভাগ্যের প্রসূতি। সো দুইটা আলটিমেটলি কন্ট্রোভার্সিয়াল। এনিওয়ে আমরা ওই দুই দিকে যাব না। সো এখানে বলতে চাচ্ছে যে ভাগ্যের লিখন না যায় খণ্ডন। ইফ ইউ থিঙ্ক লাইক দিস, সো আলটিমেটলি পরিশ্রম করে তোমার কোনো লাভ নেই। মুখ দিয়েছেন যিনি আহার দিবেন তিনি, অর্থাৎ এই মানুষটা দুনিয়াতে আসবে, কি খাবে কি পরবে এটা নিয়ে তোমার টেনশনের কিছু নেই, যিনি পাঠিয়েছেন তিনি ব্যবস্থা করে রেখেছেন। Okay, next point, this is education. Regarding education, it's a statistic says like that the population or the number of children is big when the parents are uneducated. Say regarding the uneducated people, they are not very conscious one. They don't know what is the merit and demerit if the number of children is small or big, and they are thinking in the same way, and they are surrounding with the superstition. Say people, they have nothing to do, only God will ensure their food. So ultimately uneducated people, they are contributing to increase the number of population. There are some other reasons. Suppose sometimes the people, they go for mental satisfaction. They are thinking that if they have enough children, they will be more secured. Sometimes they are thinking that I have enough property. If I want to take care of it properly, then I need more than one children. The good number of people, if the good number of many people in my family, they may protect my property. So there are so many reasons. That's why the number of people, their number of children, they are increasing. We had one slogan, that is ছেলে হোক মেয়ে হোক দুটি সন্তানই যথেষ্ট, but it's not enough nowadays. স্লোগানটি লাইক দ্যাট, সে দুটি সন্তানের বেশি নয়, একটি হলে ভালো হয়। In China for last 56 years almost, they went for one child policy, although nowadays they have stopped this formula, and now they may go for one child. So ultimately in our country, this is ছেলে হোক মেয়ে হোক দুটি সন্তানই যথেষ্ট, এই স্লোগানটি এখন আর চলছে না। এখন স্লোগানটি হচ্ছে দুটি সন্তানের বেশি নয়, একটি হলে ভালো হয়। So what are the steps? How can we manage the population? Some scholars, they would like to say that number of population is not a problem, but rather the family planning management is a problem. Management is important. If we can go for a good management, then ultimately population may increase in human resource. So ultimately population will not be any problem. Say first on family planning. According to family planning, sometimes we may think that family planning means to shorten the number of population in family. Actually, we have to go in a very holistic way. Elaborately, we have to go for it. Say family planning means and it's important, the number of children, it's important, but at the same time, whether the children, they are getting proper food, education, whether all the things are in my in my plan, according to the year plan. All the things are considered in family planning. Next one is consciousness. Consciousness is very important. Uh, at the beginning, when the people will form the family, when the boy or girl will form the family, from the beginning, if they do all the things or all the steps according to the plan, and then ultimately they may go for a happy family. Okay, that's all in brief about this chapter. First one, we tried to show what is population, how the population becomes a burden. We went for some research, we went for some examples, then we went for some causes why the population is increasing day by day. Then we tried to go for some steps, how can we handle or deal the population. That's all. Thank you very much. Stay good and stay home. Goodbye.